now seeing Hyunmin still on that Yoru, but with the breach to back him up. That combo is so effective. Back on bind. No Rays might have some people concerned, but DRX have proven they're the master of this comp after the work they put in between kickoff and now.
Durka, he's not stopping. He's walked all the way through.
Just
that is
not fair.
Demonic from Durka.
And you know what? Put the Durka versus Mako to bed. You know, Mako had a great second half, but Durka finds that opener. Now, A-Site is going to be weakened. Actually, Trex has nowhere really to go. Gets out in the nick of time. Still taking that fight because there's no smokes without the Omen Stars to come down. Somehow, DRX have to get out of main.
Taken out.
Hyunmin, that's a very big kill. He's even the score and gotten even more. Flashback on the refight towards ramp is excellent. And now Durka, again, he's blinded and gone. DRX, this is a 4v5, but they have systematically dismantled Vitality.
Hyunmin's fighting them everywhere. Fought him screens, heaven. Now he's back on ramp. Just give me kills, give me kills. He's asking for it, he wants it, but Les is still in play.
Hold on, it's a 1v2 now. Freeing does have missiles and a drone that Les is just giving up on breaking. Okay, poor guy's revealed now.
Yeah, that's why Freeing is the Teo GOAT. You know, one trick this during chaos.
We don't talk about the Teo drone movement enough.
He's got tech like that. Closes out the round two, no problem.
So it's a silly way to end, but an incredible pistol round there for DRX, keeping the momentum from game one.
But really, I'm just glad to see Hyunmin have a great opener here on the pistol. No doubt really that he had a quiet second match, but was so pivotal in the rounds they won back at the start.
Couldn't even see Les.
And really, I think Hyunmin's going to be the pivotal player.
On defense this time, Vitality don't invest in that eco outlaw that we've seen them buy up for Durka so many times.
Yeah, Les would have had to lose everything to make him get that. It's the attack side where if you get spiked down, it's a little bit more forgiving to go for that purchase. Let's see if Flashback walks into the 4 stack in mid this round. He's looking for the insurance. He's just got a ghost in hand. Hearing all those rotates actually opens up a great opportunity for him to peek on in here. Sees 2, 3 players. Gets his kill. He's like, nah, I'm done.
Very reserved from him. Vitality with the classics. Just going to try and waterfall out of heaven here. Not everyone from DRX gets away from the initial high rate of utility. And they have a chance to fight back in and lock this one up quite cleanly.
I'll tell you what, though. The kills are going in all the right places right now for DRX. Obviously, Freeing gets some at the end there. He's halfway up to his ultimate. But Hyunmin, after the 3K and the 2 there, he's just 1 off now. DRX could seriously have some chances to win this bonus.
Coach Sturmy was diagnosing after map 1 that his young players were getting a little nervous, making mistakes. That has not been the case. These young players were getting a little nervous, making mistakes. That has not been the case these last 2 maps now at all. I think DRX have done a much better job at slowing down these rounds, not panicking in the chaos, setting up the double swings, and actually beating Vitality in the team fights.
And it doesn't help that the older guy is the one that's hard securing the rounds in the last map. Mako will see what he can do, but already Hyunmin's got that Your ultimate ready to drift on into the site. Safe now revealed. He's in a tough position. Vitality are trying to flood out to help him, and Les is the first to arrive to the fight. First one goes his way. And still more players enter the fray. Vitality are doing an excellent job of holding on to this site. The smoke to anchor them in to pinch back into Pillar is exactly what they needed to take this round.
Safe would have been a dead man on site if it wasn't for Les taking the risk, running out heaven and protecting him. Very nicely done.
I like, too, that Safe dropped that smoke, not in A main, but on the right-hand side there, where you'd see like old Sages try to exec with the wall. It allowed basically all of his team to flood out into the site, whether it was dropping into heaven especially, or even Durka going out into rafters. Sort of removed all the angles that DRX wanted to fight up against him.
Flashback smoked off yet again. He does have a rifle, but
30 seconds
should
left.
be too tall an ask.
Unfortunately for DRX, they did use the dimensional drift in that round. Sort of lost that early ult scaling that was maybe going to give them a chance.
10 seconds left.
I want to see how much they choose to continue to lean into whether it's going to be these hard execs or if they have a more slower approach, more default answer. Because when they were playing this comp back on map 1 in Bind, right, it was so much of these just 5-player hits onto sites over and over, trying to cycle through their ultimates, get those execs going. I think Vitality answered against that very well. We saw a glimpse of it here with getting 4 players onto site, fighting together very nicely. I think if DRX are going to really challenge on this attack side, I'm going to see some slower rounds and try to poke some holes in the Vitality defense.
Vamos.
One nice thing about that, Yoru, is that you can afford to go for a bit more active plays, TP back, go for hits late. Durka doesn't have that luxury, but he has still been taking liberties in his positioning.
There was a corner from those Teo missiles where Les was totally fine in mail. Not forced to rotate out whatsoever.
DRX doesn't follow up off of it. So it seems like another slow round, waiting for the refresh on the breach Teo util.
That's the thing, right? Once you use those pieces of utils, like, okay, 40 seconds where maybe Hyunmin's going to take an angle, maybe Flashback could look for alert timing, but other than that, Vitality has a moment to think about where that next attack is going to come in.
Yoru has looked like the strongest duelist here at Masters Bangkok, but playing split without the raise, you do lose a lot of the oomph on those early attack side plays. Normally you'd see like a double satchel up mid, satchel up ramp. It's a bit harder to make those work with just the TP.
Absolutely. We'll see DRX now go for a late round sight hit. All gonna stall them out for the time being, and Vitality are already here.
Look at Trex just running at them. There's a seize nade. Durka's arrived too, and Trex still waiting for the perfect opportunity. That's another paint shells off of Durka. Vitality shutting down, but DRX, okay. They've replied for a couple kills, but there's only 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and Safe's got this late wrap into heaven. Flashback needs to be able to isolate Durka, and it's not gonna happen. That's the spike out in the open, and that's Vitality taking care of business.
That's the Vitality special. Figure out where the late site exec is coming in. Get ahead of the entries for DRX. Fight their support players in the smokes.
Yeah.
And destroy them. It was the same game plan they kind of had on Abyss.
And truthfully, like, you see this opening volley of util. Here you have the gap coming on in.
Yeah, good catch
Just
there.
needs to be a deeper missile on that one. But truthfully, and you wouldn't actually expect that coming in from Freeing, that he's just not landing that missile, right? Because this guy's played Teo, what, every game this year?
Yeah, he has not played a single other agent.
Kind of silly, but truthfully, I think DRX need to seize some space off that util, or it's too easy for Vitality to read it.
DRX have done this B hit a fair few times this half already.
All missiles away.
Stun, missiles in, but again, Vitality have 2 players out on site. Durka's gonna get out as well. And a paranoia, but DRX this time, the ones to win out on the brawl. They fight backside, they get their 3.
Just every half buy goes their way.
Last player
Trex
standing.
dropped down out of heaven as well. Gunman's gonna be on the hunt. Just a picture-perfect round from DRX. Didn't catch exactly how that fight went down inside of the Omen smoke, but I don't think Safe had his gun out. Mako just sprayed him down with a stinger and opened up the entry pathing for Hyunmin, the TP into back sight.
And when we talk about this comp without the raise being a bit more difficult to go for those early mid dives, the early ramp dives, the strength is when you are execing into these sites, having the double TP with Mako. It is so cool the way that DRX are playing the game this tournament, because across all of their maps, they are playing almost exactly the same comp, sometimes changing the breach for a Sova on their Abyss. But other than that, it has been basically this comp and this same idea every single map. And it's really rare in VALORANT you see a team that's so willing to commit to one style.
But it's worked for them so far. The work has paid off. DRX secure a MasterCard drift. You feel like they're just getting them non-stop.
And there's that TP for Mako.
Yeah, so it was a paranoia that Safe was trying to cast and just wasn't ready for that fight to come his way. That was a great reset of a shot too. Taking it from heaven back towards spawn. Not too shabby.
Hyunmin's mechanics have just been monstrous all tournament long. getting back into the game here.
Oh, it looks like we're going to be taking a bit of a tech pause, but no, okay.
We are in the match, all right.
Yes.
Little late to arrive in this one.
All good. DRX didn't do anything, so we didn't actually miss anything.
Oh, they used the Teo util. They'll have that back in 40 seconds.
Yeah,
you
but
didn't miss a thing.
that happened 2 rounds ago, right? Where they didn't actually seize any space off of it, and Vitality just were able to lean into a site, have 4 players ready to go there, and shut DRX down. So, big concern for that happening again.
It can get a little bit telegraphed too. If they're going for insta-breach Teo util, it's normally not going to be a site exec.
Ooh, safe just a bit wobbly there, pushed back by the Paranoia now as well. But again, Vitality have players entering in. Teleport backside from Hyunmin, down low, but a good flash comboed. Vitality hold their ground, and still DRX aren't out
Here's
onto the site.
From flashback. Durka holding for it, but flashback wins things out. Les has gotten ahead. No one's looking at Les. Finding 1 kill, but now pinched onto the site. And again, Kicks in a position to try and win a clutch.
Planted.
A better start. He's not saving this round. Knife out. Walking into this site. But a great position from Freeing towards spawn. Freeing though, turning away at just the wrong moment. Now he'll hear the blast coming in and reposition to cut Kicks off. Ooh, Kicks got past it. Still, there's missiles coming in. The time is getting low. Kicks, he just cannot find a duel for the life of him. Stun primed up, but a player swinging around the corner. DRX play it beautifully to close out on another B-exec win.
Yeah, it was a tough one too, because Hyunmin ended up dropping in this fight backside, but then Mako on the entry pathing again just sort of sends himself in to break crossfires. He teleported into backside, the same spot the Yoru was going to be, as his teammates are sort of flooding in with him. That smoke was difficult to play around for sure. I really think Mako did some work for his teammates there.
Looks like the same util ready in mid for DRX. This time Hyunmin's gonna follow it up and get an opener onto Les.
There you go. Finally got what they came for. At the same time, Vitality.
There's no way he walks through the smoke again.
Yeah, he's the hero rifle though, so he's gonna get a little bit aggro. Playing the off angle instead of the full aggro piece. You know DRX are waiting for something.
Smoke fades.
Uh-oh, he knows he's in the corner.
Flashed up. Mako kills his teammate, but Dirk is still alive. Satchel gets him out of dodge. DRX will look elsewhere.
Yeah, look at them run, going in defense, but save this hero's paranoia. Doesn't catch him. Oh, what is going on? All right, it's fine. It's
yeah,
fine.
I think Freeing was just midair. Doesn't matter.
The A side is open. DRX are gonna go to plant, hold on to heaven control. It's fine.
First time in a while, we've seen a plant on A. Freeing has a nice crossfire with the Cypher towards heaven.
Yeah, don't worry about Durka's ultimate. Don't worry about that.
He still would need a kill to even risk investing it. And without heaven control, this should be a done deal for DRX. Durka will run. I'd like to see Kicks try and get some ult orbs here.
Yeah.
3 off the Rolling Thunder.
The scouting TV on out. And now, check this out, Freeing is wrapping around from heaven, so gets that shot. I like the way DRX are calling right now.
I think they have a chance to kill Durka. Flashback is already towards heaven.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's getting missiled out too.
Flashback dives in and the gun is gone. Very thorough for DRX.
And a nice round as well in the anti-eco. You know, not getting fooled out by that B main fight. Yeah, they lose 1 player, but they instantly clear out of that space.
You gotta start to think about a timeout for Faded. It's been 3 rounds in a row, 1 for DRX. Finding success on their B execs, starting to get some success in taking fights in mid. They're running away with this half now.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering if there could be some kind of an aggro piece coming through from Durka with the rocket. I think A-main has been surprisingly weak round on round from DRX rather. Because again, you don't have the raise, so like you were talking about, you know, you're not going to see the double satchel plays up towards ramps, those types of things. I think there could be options to try and snipe off Flashback, who's just been playing A-main control round over round over round.
This is where you have to harken back to the history for a guy like Safe. So many positions where he's been on a roster with promise, it looked good regionally, that showed up to a global event and does not pay off. This is the 6th global event he's been to. He's only won 4 matches, including the first game Vitality won.
Yeah, definitely looking to push his way out of groups here with Vitality as the leader for this team as well. He has some options to call a fun round here, frankly. Nightfall to play with, his ultimate to be masked by it potentially. See what him and the coach could have cooked up.
Again, DRX going back to their favorite ideas of pressuring towards B main, threatening the execute with the Yoru TP backside.
I wonder if it's just going to be a trap in mid off the showstopper, or if Durka might try to get out in front of this default util that's been in mid.
Who's next?
The ult into main. Safe spotted out by this one. Hyunmin sees 2 players on site. Where's Safe TP to? Up towards heaven. In comes the ultimate. Safe trying to TP again. He's safe, but his teammate isn't. Durka arrives with a rocket and finds a kill off of it. But now, the swing from DRX from backside, it's perfectly coordinated between the rookies.
Flashback waiting here in mid.
They've taken him down, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Mako's been in his backside ever since he got that ultimate down, but now Vitality, how do they call around this? There's a smoke on site. A little bit awkward for them.
Freeing the timing. He's
What?
getting spammed. Doesn't even know they're coming from spawn. They're walking just on the other side of the smoke. It's pandemonium. He's crossed them up. He's in spawn. Ben Kicks now as a 1v1. TPing across. What is going on? Kicks on the spike, freeing 1 HP, but the swing is perfect. What the hell was that round?
Medic! We need a medic! Look out for Vitality's ankles! DRX is just teleporting all over him, dodging through smokes. And we've got a Yor ult coming in behind him. We've got Omen ulting backside, and then whatever Freeing just did.
Okay. I just gotta see that again.
I genuinely am at a loss for words. We'll see it from Mako's POV
The
because
fact that they started both backside and it ends up still in a 2v2. We're into the next round. We'll move on.
ignore that. Mako already TP'd up onto the high angle. Lone on in, safe not fooled by that. But a pop flash, maybe just to see if anyone was gonna spam through that smoke.
Ult on site, a TP.
I mean, again, Vitality, you're here with 5 players ready for the pre-take.
They don't have great weapons in Mako's position towards heaven. He's gone.
But they've got
Spam
ults,
with a
Mimi.
stinger, and now they can choose to invest things
That's
off
a good
of this.
seize.
Bane gets plant down in the open. And there's still 2 players in main, but the players on site, they are in trouble. Util flooding in. Hyunmin waiting for the stun to fade. He gets a kill. Another for Hyunmin! Incredible from the Yoru. And now a 1v1. Flashback versus Vitality's IGL. And Safe, the one to take it.
Vitality got there so quickly. Saw exactly what was going down. And then what Durka did moving into the site off the back of the Breach ultimate. Just pure pandemonium.
What a MasterCard Thrifty to win.
Yeah, that's normal.
Heard the TP. Les has a classic right click. And despite Hyunmin's heroics, was not enough.
Yeah, that's tough too. Flashback tried to catch that timing right as you'd think he could be going for the defuse. But he was just being hard held. These rounds are so high pace. I mean, DRX aren't giving Vitality any time to breathe.
Durka fighting ahead, fully blinded. He gets out, somehow still alive and mostly unscathed. And this man wants to look for some more. Still 2 satchels. Still the confidence to brawl. With the smoke up, he'll soon back away.
Vitality are going to reposition back into mid. Could potentially even look for a walk here on a reclear. If they can take mid control, it makes playing this round so much easier. They'd catch rotates, they could quickly move back into the B site when this hit eventually comes in.
Rex suppressed.
If They try to exec now, though. They're going to get hit by a triple nightfall, ultimate and back sight.
But that's why there's 2 players mid, ready to fight in. But for that flank to be good, they have to hold strong on sight, unless he's shut down the lurk. Now with 3v5, and DRX has nothing.
Little scream there with the heavy shot, and ooh, Durka saw that teleport. Hold on, B main. DRX are still in this round, trying to step on through, freeing, dominating this server. But in a 2v3, main shells, comboed with mollies coming down. He's gonna have to do so much work. And here's that drop. Pushing the smoke, taking his timing. But now it turns on to Bane. No time, it's turning away. Durka is there, Durka with 4. Keeping it close.
What a chaotic round. But Vitality figure it out. On their B defense, they've consistently, against this double TP played, been flooding players into heaven or TPing safe up there to have a high-low when the Yoru swings in backside. And that has been cooking Hyunmin on these B execs.
I also think it's just fantastic anti as well. Kix uses the Breach Blast. Regardless if it's a real TP or fake, he uses that in his own backside to force Hyunmin out to swing that angle where they've got 3 players waiting for it. It's very nice.
This is interesting. Team Vitality, the ones to call a timeout. Excuse me, I think that was just an error. DRX instead.
Yeah.
The ones to go for this. That makes a lot more sense after losing 2 critical rounds in a row, and after Vitality have finally figured out how to deal with their B exec.
I mean, look, problem number 1, Vitality have 4 players on every site that DRX are trying to exec. I mean, Safe knows exactly what DRX are trying to do. And if I'm thinking about it, the only real looks that DRX have shown has been flashback coming in through mid as they're execing into the B site, right? I wonder if there could be a little bit more attention put over towards A. I know DRX don't want to fight that as a team, really, unless they've got the ultimates. But at the same time, it feels like an area of the map that they have just been completely forgetting.
But Termi thinks they can go back to it. This time, no mid-lurk. All 5 players B main, and Vitality expected a change up out the timeout. They have 4 stacked towards A.
They thought too hard about it. Thought DRX would go there. So it all goes down to Safe here. On the eye. Oh, the ultimate's going up through mid. Didn't even catch that.
But Hyunmin is all the way past it. And Safe on this site is completely alone, is forced to teleport out. DRX yet again have B.
It's nice pathing though and being up on Rafter. Okay, he gives up the spot, that's all right. DRX are gonna have a relatively simple plant.
Vitality have the rocket on Durka, but Plant has already made it down. Breach is late on the rotate, but it stuns them on with the rocket will be strong.
There's tons of stall, right? Both breaches full utility, but here's the Nightfall, here's the retake.
The volley of util goes both ways. Durka trying to find a target with his rocket. He gets nothing. And now DRX will flood back into the site, safe for the first. Hyunmin needs to reply, but he just hasn't found his fight. Vitality, overwhelm. And it comes down to the luck of the draw for DRX as they desperately try and spam through the smokes. Kicks his hole.
Why is it working?
Spams them again. Safe needs to protect less.
Time!
They're trying to stick. The spam, it doesn't connect. How? Did Vitality get away with that round?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that round made no sense. Vitality play their retake perfectly up until DRX get 3 kills spamming through smokes.
I think at one point it was a 2v5, just spamming in main.
I genuinely can't believe it.
And technically it's a Red Bull clutch. Just holding on to the spike.
Because look, this retake was
literally
beautiful.
a 2v5 against 2 players spamming.
And it, you know, Vitality do everything they need. These players are isolated off into main by the smoke, but it didn't matter.
Last round of the half. Unless only as a Bucky. Youngman is TP'd up mid. However, they're behind less. He still goes 1 for 1. That might just be good enough. Is there a refight here? Yeah,
Vitality want to fight back up into mid. Trex is there. But unfortunately, Safe stuck off by a Cypher trip in mid. And now the ult coming into A. It could just be the omens for a moment.
It's a risk to go for the plant here.
This spot on ramp could be everything. Here's the jump peak, but now caged
Great
off.
Cage. Safe though, tucks in. As Mako finally gets the plant down. Does DRX go for a re-clear on ramp? For now, they're comfortable with the crossfire in main. Cat Catches onto a player in the corner. He has no help besides the stun from his teammate coming in. But Bane's doing well. He's pushed them back, but with only a stinger, it's not enough to kill Durka.
And now flashback revealed. He gets knocked down by Trex too.
It's all Mako. He was so good map 2, but this time it's too tall a task.
Mayhem round after. I mean, this is what you wanted to see. It's Vitality versus DRX. EMEA's best versus Pacific's best on our first map 3 here in Thailand, going all the way. We got more after the break.
Had it with your old phone? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Vitality dragged their way back into this game with 4 rounds to end the first half. Now it's tied up, we reset, and one of these teams in just 7 rounds will be the first to make it to the playoffs.
This is gonna be a crazy second half. I can already feel it in my bones, and you've got to expect a very different style coming in as well, right? Vitality, they're not playing the teleport nonsense. They're playing a good old honest comp. We've seen it a whole lot. But what that means is we're gonna see a lot more fighting over A. Durka already there and ready to take this fight down. It's gonna be explosive right from the first second. Wait, there's actually a counter stun ready from Breach. Bane could actually put that into main.
They're prepared for this one. There's the stun, and Durka, she didn't want to follow up off that. Instead, just conditioning the utility here.
Yeah, single satchel instead of the double. Actually, didn't even use that.
Hyunmin TP's over.
Interesting round from Vitality. They could look to pinch into A Heaven or even take this fight into A Heaven themselves, go back into mid. A lot of options for Vitality. We've grown accustomed to that. Keep Safe's calling style.
Great spam onto the drone. Breaks
Love
it
to work down the
before
clock.
they can see numbers.
Stun ready to go into this fight, back spawn.
Freeing.
Tagged up by it, but he gets out no problem.
Flashback on the site. Alone, a familiar position after last map. But still, it's another pause in this round. Vitality loves slowing down the mid round, but this time they lose a member. And now, just about 30 seconds left, they'll finally commit into the A site. Freeing, overwhelmed, still does well to find one. 2 off of freeing, holding the site alone.
What do these teams have? Nothing on Vitality, but there's paranoia, a flash for DRX. Maka's just gotta get into position.
Aftershock available. But he guesses wrong on the plant position. Both players backside. A paranoia. A flash or a stun rather on Bane as well. That's a lot of util. Vitality caught out by it, but both escape for now. Bane holds. Trex jump peeking in. Mako tries to hold the line, but now it's a 1v1 and there's surely he doesn't do that.
Oh, 10 HP versus 100.
1 HP? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Unbelievable. Vitality taking back a pistol. Kind of a crazy spot too, because what Freeing was doing on site here on the 3K was just wild. But Vitality kept their cool in this 2 versus 2.
Kix got forced into a lot of retakes on the first half. But that's the guy we saw in EMEA. It really shocked people with his performance there.
True FPX buy coming in for Vitality this round. Interesting, Durka not been given a rifle, and that's because he's the sacrificial lamb. Full sends it over into Vents.
Gunman has a shorty.
Oh no, but he runs away. Durka's gonna hear that, knows he can keep pushing forward on the hunt.
Gunman TPs away, front sight, right into the arms of Durka. A nade through, and this is a masterful pinch from Vitality. Very nicely cleaned up. A post plant now on A, and Durka, nice door tap, but that was just the ghost. Not an issue for Vitality.
Yeah, it's nice to see Vitality run a solid anti-eco coming in there.
A few too many of those this game.
It's been a bit slippy slidey, but what it means for them is, look at that, 4 rifles and a bulldog. DRX knew there were so many light armors, and Outlaw would absolutely carve here. I don't think they've realized it.
One enemy remaining. Yours.
Said it's full rifles on both sides. Chance for Vitality to snowball this game. They won their bonus on Abyss.
And Kix holding onto the stun, not committing it already. Instead, for this late swing, there's the stun. No one caught in that line. Now the drone's been pulled out. That's a lot of the scouting from DRX off the table.
There.
Vitality maybe gonna explore a bit towards mid here. Two players working over there. Again, they're setting themselves up for the opportunity to split back into mid, to split into A with the mid players.
It's their pistol round again, and could just be their default approach on this map. Holding on to ramps.
Reclear for DRX. But it's quiet. They just walk up. Durka! He had no business winning that fight, but the trade is good from freeing.
Vitality needed to get into this mid space quickly. Put down the smoke, couple of double blasts, but instead decide to move back over into A. Now DRX have to play spread right now, 2 and 2 at the moment. There's still a lot of these uncomfortable tripwires to break, and no raise to really deal with them.
The spike.
Kix has a full belt to utility, but freeing is repositioned into the site.
If they walk it, they're all
30
jumpable.
seconds left.
Is Les gonna figure it out?
No, they get caught off, but no one there to convert with the spam. Flashback spammed
Oh my word!
by Les. And now freeing is alone in this site. No
They
one's
don't
looking
know.
at him. No
They
one
don't
is
know.
looking at freeing. He's whipping the shots, and it's only 1 for 1.
carrier killed.
But still only 10 seconds. Plant has to come down, and it'll be
10
uncontested.
seconds left.
Once again, it's these two
Spike
players
planted.
on the retake. Kicks tucked in the corner, and there's just no way DRX are gonna clear that. Mako in a 1v3, he was so good for them back on Abyss. But now the crossfires, just not possible.
And for the second time this series, Vitality in position to win their bonus round.
It's a heartbreaker for freeing back on site because it was kind of handed to him, you know? The spam goes on to flashback. Vitality think the site is empty, but he can't secure the first kill fast enough to transfer over for the second. And he's been on such good form in this third map. I mean, he is killing it. But to have that kill slip away from him, that could be the moment that loses this map.
This is where the pressure is really applied on those rookie players. It wasn't just spam, a perfect haunt coming over the top, unbroken, to get the kill onto Les. And DRX are gonna call a timeout here.
DRX have to realize that right now their ramps is getting kind of torn to pieces. They're losing control of mid in the mid round, which is to be expected. Once you lose numbers on this map, you're always going to be stepping out of that space. They've also got to worry about their money, right? Is it a half buy? Do we go for a hero into this round? Not so easy.
A lot of fans out for DRX here in Bangkok. A team that a lot of people underrated after some of the performances in Pacific.
Yeah, all the hype of this tournament was kind of a G2. If you watch Americas, you think G2 is the best team in the world. If you watch EMEA, you think Vitality is the best team in the world.
And if you watch Champions, you think EDG is the best team in the world.
Yeah, it makes sense. Everyone's sleeping on DRX. And you know what? Maybe after Bind, people kept doing so, but they fought back on Abyss. Now they need to fight back again.
They were always Pacific's best team. The best team from Asia, even before Pacific was a thing. But then the first ever trophy for an Asian team goes to Genji, not DRX last year. Must have been heartbreaking for guys like Mako, who've been on this team for years. 10 global events hunting for a trophy.
Yeah, back from the Vision Strikers days too. We're into round 16. It'll be the hero buy for Hyunmin. That's worked for them in this series previously. Being Stinger too, but we'll see. Right now, DRX have control over ramp. Vitality moving slowly back over into that space, and I think actually if this ends up turning into an A-hit, DRX are in a good position to rotate on over with the teleport back screens, having Bane up in heaven too, and his stun shouldn't be too far from coming back online.
With how slow Vitality play though, they're oftentimes waiting out those gate crashes. This time though, Hyunmin gets in position. Oh, a chance against less, but he doesn't convert.
DRX have kind of given up heaven control too. Freeing on the Stinger, drop down into hell.
He's holding out the ultimate. Maybe considering a re-clear.
Oh, again, these timings just barely avoiding DRX. Bane does get his first though, and now Vitality finally showing the pivot. Look at that ultimate, completely dissecting the map. The spike forced away from the team, the rotates coming in. DRX have 3 players here and ready.
Mako again as the anchor. Hyunmin, great flash, converts off of Mako's paranoia as well. Vitality have to
He's
go.
sticking it.
They have to get into this site, and that's a good start because Mako only has a pistol. There's a sheriff on flashback too. But the
10
time,
seconds.
it's so low. Mako dealt with flashback
10
alive.
seconds left.
He could be the one to save this round. Less holding strong, but missiles, they're coming in. They don't stop the plant. And Kicks, again, on 1 HP gets a kill. Now freeing to try and win a clutch, but Kicks shuts it down.
He's on 10 HP again, Mimi. The pistol round, Kicks clutches it on 10. And again here, very nearly slips away from Vitality. DRX did great work finding this fight up towards heaven. But after that, Hyunmin couldn't get the next one. The mismatch of guns really hurting DRX there.
If the missiles arrived a second earlier,
Yeah.
they win that round. But unfortunately, for them, it doesn't happen, and Kicks just a beast in those positions.
Okay, Durka's got the attack up again. He's been really loving this so far. He's kind of on the wrong side of the map to do it. Don't really want to be walking into the Cypher with that. You're going to get spotted out by a camera, no problem. This could cause pace problems for Vitality, you know? The ability to speed up into a site.
I must wait a moment.
That op is there for Durka.
They've been happy to juggle it in the
Oh
mid-round,
no,
though.
he's jiggling. He's jiggling against the op.
Lucky to have survived that one.
And now Durka grabs the orb. That's ultimate unlocked, so the speed problems are gone. He's just gonna rocket straight into the site. Flashback, trying to tuck in
He
back
sees.
towards elbow, but how can he actually make it out of here? Bane tries to throw him a lifeline with a couple of kills, and Mako dropping down into hell. Durka deals with him. DRX keep on flying in. 2 ultimates used, jumping into back sight. Somehow, Hyunmin's alive, gets his kill, dives on out.
So it's a 3-on-2 and another mad dash towards B.
But Mimi, Hyunmin's already here. He's gonna hear the rotates, he's ready.
Kicks has ult,
30 seconds left.
but he's alone. He's circumvented.
Safe?
Safe. There's no way he looks to his left at this point. Bane, though, very cautious, very thorough, but not enough.
Standing.
Kicks goes down, and it's only safe. A smoke up. But Hyunmin, trying to stick this down, is safe, has too many angles ahead of him. DRX win the round they absolutely needed.
Hyunmin stepping up there in a big way, too. Want to see some of these fights. I mean, this was crazy. Bane getting those 2 kills right before the smoke goes down. A blunder from Vitality. Then those double ultimates just to deal with Durka. Hey, sometimes you need to do it.
Still almost don't kill him.
Honestly. If they'd lost that round, it's over. Use every ult in the book. You can let out a sigh of relief, that's okay. Reset for the next.
Vitality, though, have ults of their own. For the first time, they lean the spike over towards B to start. A TP across, combined with a stun.
I like this little 1-2 punch from DRX. Hyunmin with the option to actually teleport deeper into B main after he takes his first contact.
Here's the trap play. It doesn't matter because Safe can just teleport out.
All right, no problem. Vitality used that info to speed up in towards mid. Durka, first player falls off the angle. Doesn't want to deal with the flash.
And now in a prime position to A-split late. The Viper's still tucked in towards main. A drone re-clears mid, but doesn't see these players who have walked all the way out heaven. Mako sees one, is getting really pressured here. Teleport just in the nick of time.
Great util from Mako. Him living there is massive. Because now you've got 3 players leaning into A. Vitality, what, do you pivot back into B? You could have lost all of B main. It's too hard.
There's 2 players hard anchoring on A now as well. And the stun's gonna come back online too.
DRX over-rotated. It's only freeing back towards B. Then again, it's freeing back towards B. First shot, but he has to fall back. Dirk is still back in spawn. It's a madness round from Vitality. And the spike is coming back into A with 20 seconds left.
They're finishing A, but Flashback has been on the site the entire time.
There's no time.
Mako, they're shutting this one down. 15 seconds. Vitality have got to move it. Into the site they go. But DRX, they cut them down. A flawless round, and they are truly back in this map.
The clock is Vitality's worst enemy. Safe bringing some inspiration here, but he overthinks it. DRX had over-rotated back into the A site, but he didn't feel comfortable playing into B after seeing Freeing take that timing.
Here.
Vitality will speed things up on the eco round. All 5 members over towards the A site. Double satchel in for Durka. He's pulled back by a tripwire and cut down by Hyunmin. Safe? He won that fight, and now it's a 4v4. Still, the guns are bad for Vitality, and they didn't make it into A.
A Heaven kind of gapped right now. Flash to get Freeing back onto a line of some sorts, but actually the Molly's gonna push him back. You can see Vitality. Nice util, even in the ecos.
Right into CT?
They crouched so you couldn't see the heads moving forward.
It's all up to Bane.
Right
Smoke in his face. He's worried about this, but Vitality, they're walking the other way. They're wrapping all the way to B. There's only one man here, but it's Mako.
Yeah, you're not gonna fool him. Sorry. It's just not gonna happen.
And now it's just an awkward one. Vitality
Wait, Les?
two with a stinger. And Kex has one with a stinger of his own.
Hold on. It could happen. Les has the pit. If they want to, there it goes down. Mako in a 1-on-2. How many rounds has he been retaking down in numbers?
Both players low. And playing together in the pit. They swing through, and the trade's good from Les. It's eco on eco as Vitality take back control.
I think Les just got 3 kills ratting through smokes. He got the 2 in aim. I mean, we're gonna have to watch that and see exactly how that went down. A Master card thrifty from him.
And here's Les.
Okay, they walk in, and then he spams the second. Yeah.
Through.
I mean, the last kill was a spam shot too. He's reading it off minimap.
And that's how DRX fall behind again.
DRX really testing this mid space. Haven't seen that look, and some damage onto Durka might be enough. Once you lose HP, it becomes so much harder to actually satchel into sight. Just one shot gonna take you right out of the sky. So they're letting Durka just be a late mid lurk again.
Hyunmin's going into main. The clone up, but he's paranoid. Still sticking around. Still
Oh my god, look at Vents. Look at where Durka is. He gets the timing. He was supposed to be a sacrifice. Now Vitality have just broken open the round.
And they've broken open the map as well.
Yeah, with the player over in A main as well, they can rotate back over into Les. you've still got Durka as that late policy, and also from his position, you hear all the footsteps through spawn, so he can count players if anyone's rotating over. Vitality will know there's only one player on the A site.
Bane going for a bit of a walk in mid. Durka holding this on and off angle, and it's just too good. So flashback again, in a position where he's completely alone on a site, but he's revealed by the haunt. And Vitality have this round all but locked up. A 1v5 now for Mako.
There's no way he plays this out. Just no chance. DRX already looking forward to series point.
And
Les already thinking about it.
That he is. They had chances here, DRX, but losing that eco round has spun the momentum on its head. And that's what's so difficult about Vitality. The way that they let Durka play on attack side is so unique.
Speaking of Durka, he's on the hunt, I fear. And there goes your last chance at a rifle.
They're putting Durka in positions where he is going alone up mid, where they're leaving him alone on lurks, and he is always good for it.
Yeah, I love it too, because take the picture and you're dead, sorry.
Yeah, this is
We'll put in the memorial.
taken down by the lurking rays.
But it's such a great call too, right? Because Durka had been taken down solo. He's useless on the exec, so why not let him limit test in mid a bit? Okay, DRX, it's a full force. We've got stingers, but we've got ultimates. Eyes on Hyunmin and Mako with the ults to get into sights. To retake, to go for an aggro piece. I mean, he's just using it to scout. They've got a stun ready to fight off that. He's trying to body block too. What a play, but he can't connect at a critical moment. The rookie falters.
Bring them down.
And now the best chance in this round for DRX is gone. Vitality still take their time. 40 seconds in, they haven't even had to leave spawn just yet.
You know, Vitality are a bit split on the map right now. Two players over towards B. They're going to rotate the spike back through spawn. Mako and Flashback are the two rifles, though.
What a call for DRX. They leave freeing on a forward angle jiggling A, and they
This is
rotate
good.
players back towards B.
Look, Bane has fault line ready. Bane has the rolling thunder. I think he got the orb in A main too. So with limited time on the clock, once again, this could be the problem for Vitality.
TP into backside, a cage to isolate the fight, huge from Flashback. But in comes the rocket for Durka, it's gone! Mako rips the star out of this round unless his lurk was revealed. DRX.
All missiles away.
Jump, spot him out. But the spike needs to make it in. 15 seconds left. Vitality.
they're not playing
They're
it.
saving.
10
Maybe
seconds
hunting
left.
for some kills. It's just not going to happen.
Mako did so much that round. The macro on defense to take the risk. Repost Teo on a forward line A. Late stack into B. And then he's also the man to take Durka out of the sky.
Yep.
And not even let him shoot the rocket.
It's a great hold. And now DRX can just about buy up. They need 3 rounds in a row. And look, back on Abyss, it wasn't looking so hot for them, but DRX in that second half, led by Mako especially, was able to clutch up in so many consecutive rounds and pull the round back, pull the map back. Just saw once from Mako, and we've got another A fight on the cards. Again, Bane has the stun ready to go to interrupt Durka. He's got to use his satchel to escape from the combo.
Paranoia to fight back forward. DRX, though, it stays a stalemate, and they maintain their positions.
Hyunmin.
And freeing on a high-low setup. Do well. Hyunmin needed more, though. It's traded out. Safe is low, and Bane has to dip away.
How are Vitality going to call their way out of this one? They've given information of all 3 players here, and Bane is just killing them.
Remaining.
Mako on the
Spike
trade
down
as well. We turn our eyes to Trex.
A 1v2.
That off angle, I mean, come on.
And Mako ready to swing in from heaven. DRX, 2 rounds away from overtime.
I feel feel like Bane has been lights out on these A anchors. Like, unimpressive first half, but consistently we saw in the first couple A hits of the second half, he's finding 2 kills. Here, locking down Heaven with Mako. Vitality have gotten on-ramp consistently, but it's been really hard for them to push on through into sight.
Same TP play into B main for safe.
Kind of got honest Valorant for the next round at least. Big heavy hitting ult's not online.
I'll find you. Bomb buddy out.
It's an eco for Vitality, but we've seen those go wrong so many times this series thus far.
Check out A right now. Freeing got that forward position on ramp, knows no one's there, and his back is protected by a trip in vents. That's why he can play up here, even though Vitality have shown this crunch into A so many times.
Stun line for Bane.
Yeah, ready to fight off of Hyunmin's contact. Then he can zip up the line himself.
Good reposition from Hyunmin. He'll be able to tuck away from this flash. Off contact. There goes the stun. And Vitality are pushing all the way back. The missiles. There's a gap.
35 seconds. Another round that comes down to the wire. Hyunmin in a lot of trouble. He'll be able to dive on away.
30 seconds now for Vitality. They're basically locked into a finish on B. Paranoia for safe. Doesn't catch Bane. His position in hell is crucial. Where are they going with this?
I mean, are they even trying to plant the spike?
Hello? You have to execute, and it's straight into Bane, 1 for 1. 10 seconds. Spike needs to come down ASAP, but they've gotten the kills to boot. Spam! That wins the round! DRX stay alive yet again.
And Freeing farms him on the way out. Why not? It feels like it's just recurring over and over again, these slow rounds from Vitality.
For Vitality, Durka and Les have been the heavy hitters. Guys who have won Masters tournaments before, won champions before, some of the best known names in Valorant. But for DRX, it has been freeing. A guy on his first year back at Tier 1 Valorant. He played First Strike back in the day, the Vision Strikers era on a different team. Took a 2-year break from Valorant. Comes back in for his first year in Tier 1 since 2020. And he's dominating alongside a guy who's only played 1 year of Challengers in his career.
I mean, he's just having a monstrous game right now. 24 and 13. Think about that. He's only died 13 times, and we're going into round 24. The scoreline is 12-11 in Vitality's favor. Like, I don't think he's been dying in the rounds that DRX actually win.
Not really.
He's always the guy alive.
You shift eyes, though, to Faded, the rookie coach for Team Vitality. Their IGL say to try and find the call to shore up this game.
Remember, neither of these teams have lost a series this year. This is uncharted territory that is getting this down to the wire for both of them. DRX, technically with their backs against the wall, but riding the momentum of the last 5 out of the last 7 rounds, that's gotta feel good. Difference makers in this round. Kicks 1 off the ultimate. Durka 2 off. Vitality are going to close off. It's those abilities coming online. Could even be a less lurk.
Breaks the camera, dips away. Another 1-3-1 round for Vitality.
That flash timing there, making it uncomfortable to get into vents, but Durka realizes they've never really fought us here.
They always get vent control, but they haven't broken this vent trip the last few rounds.
DRX have played so restrained at times, always falling back, not giving any space. Vitality picking up the pace, trying to move on in, but again, get stalled away and pushed back out.
And the tail missiles get DRX back into heaven.
Okay. Kick still has stun ready.
That blast pack is trying to bait, and it's going to be a push towards B. It's not drone. This could be a ton of information. Spots out the fade. And now I think DRX have to get suspicious.
Freeing has a chance to just stop Vitality in their tracks up in heaven. Choose to fall back into sight, play shoulder to shoulder with flashback.
Stun towards main. 30 seconds left, and Durka, he opens the round. The Haunt, unbroken, and Flashback getting overwhelmed. He still goes 1-for-1 before falling. And still holding on to the side, still somehow still alive, but it's not enough! Vitality! It took them a long time, but the super team from EMEA are the first squad in the playoffs.
Just a phenomenal series from these two teams.